G'day Maths Legends. Trying to add and subtract mixed fractions can sometimes feel like you're being hunted. But guys, I'm going to just teach you some hints and tips on how we can do these, even with ones with different denominators. Alright guys, good luck with your sums. Okay guys, looking at the first sum over here, it's 3 1/8 plus 4 4/8. And what I've done below, I've sort of drawn you some pizzas to help represent that as well. I won't do that for each one. I'll do it for the first one, and then after this, hopefully you understand that a little bit more. But I'll show you the maths way that I want you to do the step process. But look, let's have a look at this to start off with. So what you'll see is I've got full pizzas, and then I've got my 3 I've represented with 1, 2, and 3, and my 1/8 I've represented to you as a fraction. I've broken that up into 8 slices there. On the other side, I've got a 4. I've represented into 1, 2, 3, 4, and my 4/8 is represented here as that last slice of pizza. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these together. So my first thing I'm going to do is if I go 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm now looking at, so my answer to that is going to be equals 7. And what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to colour in my slices. So I have one of those 8 slices, so I'm going to shade that in. 1/8 of those slices. And on the other side, I've actually got 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can do one or two things here. You can say 4, okay, 4 plus 1 is 5. Or you can actually just shade in an extra 1 down the bottom here. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the one thing we never do is we never add or subtract that denominator. Okay, so that's how you would add mixed fractions. On the other side, I'm going to show it to you without doing that. But of course, what you'll see or what you'll identify on the next one, guys, is that I've actually got a subtraction sum. So if I look at that there, I've got a subtraction sum there. So what I'll do is I will just subtract those numbers. So I'm starting with 2. So 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1, of course, is 1. And then I know my denominator is not going to change, so I'm going to add that there. And what is 3 take away 2? Well, 3 take away 2 is 1. So that ends up with 1 1/4. So that's what that one is. Down the bottom, it gets a little bit trickier. What I've done is I've subtracted both of these, but they are actually mixed numbers, okay? They are actually mixed numbers. So, and they've got different denominators. They have different denominators. So the first thing we need to do is, I've always asked the kids to make sure that they're putting working down the side, okay? All right, and this is how I'm going to say you need to work it out. Now, I've got a problem. I need to make sure these two denominators are the same. As we set up here, I never add or subtract those denominators. Now, if my denominators are different, I can't actually complete that sum. So what I need to do to find out, I need to find what can I do to this 3 so that it equals 6. Well, if I look at that 3, I know that if I times that by 2, okay, I know that would equal 6. And my new sum would be over 6. But the rule in maths is in fractions, whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So I would have to do the same to the top. So 2 times 2 is 4. Then it becomes 4 6. Sorry, I've forgotten the other number there. I'm just going to move this out of the way. It becomes 5 4 6 minus 2 4 6. Okay, so straight away I'm going to look at that now. If I was to do my whole number first, I would say, what's 5 minus 2? Okay, 5 minus 2, of course, is 3. Okay, 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0 and 6. And we all know that if you've got 0 and 6, that your whole number is going to be 3. So I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't actually need that, and I can leave that as 3 wholes there, okay? All right, let's on to the next one, please. Same thing again. Now, this one's a little bit more tricky, okay? Because what I can't do is I can't turn that 8 into that 7. So what I'm going to do is on the side, I'm actually just going to count by 8 times tables. So I'm going to say 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, okay? I'm going to stop there because I know that there's going to be a common, common factor for 7 and 8s, but I'm going to just change my colour so it represents it a little bit more, and then I'm going to count down 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, okay, 49, and 56. Okay, so I know straight away that the first number I see that is a common factor is 56. So I've told the kids they need to circle those numbers. Now, what did I do to that? What did I do to the 8 to get to 56? Well, I times that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so whatever I've got to do that times by 7, and whatever I do to the bottom I must do to the top, so I times that by 7. And what did I do to that, and that new sum now becomes 7. Okay, now 5 sevens are 35, and 8 sevens are 56. Okay, minus, now what have I times that by? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I times that by 8. And what do I do to the bottom? I must do to the top. Okay, so straight away, now I've got minus 4. 5 8s are 40. And 7 8s are 56. Now you're going to see you've got a problem here because I'm trying to take away a larger number than I've got on the left-hand side. So you can see this number here is larger than this one here, okay? So I need to do something about that. The good thing is I've got 7 56s here, okay? So what I can actually do is if I go down another line, this is why you're working out, guys, and having plenty of space is so important. I actually can change that to 6. All right, my denominator is not going to change. That's still 56. Now, I still have, of that, I still have 35 up here to spare. And I now need to add that to that 35. Okay, so instead of it being 35 as my numerator now, that is going to be 70, okay? So I simply added 1 from here, from my whole, and I added that back to my numerator. So 35 plus 35 equals 70. And you can see I've placed that 70 down there. Okay, so a little bit tricky. Then I'm minusing 4, and then it's 40 over 56. All right, so now I know that 6 take away 4 is 2. So here's my answer, is going to be 2. My denominator is never going to change. That's still going to be 56. And 70 minus 40. Well, 70 minus 40 is 30. Okay, is 30. Now, I'm not done now because that's quite a large fraction. 2 30th, 56ths. Okay, that's way too big. I can do something to that to make it smaller. And of course, I can divide them both by 2. So if I was to divide 30 by 2, whatever I do to the top, I must do to the bottom. Okay, so if I divide 30 by 2, now I'm working with 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15, okay? And 56 divided by 2 is 28, okay? 28, all right? And that's my new number, 15, 28. Now, can I find a number that I can divide 15 by and 28? If I think about 15, I can divide 15 by 3s, I can divide it by 5s, and that's the only really 2 factors I've got that I can work with. Can I divide 28 by 3? I cannot divide 28 by 5. I cannot. So that's the simplified fraction. That's as simple as I can get it. Lots of steps in that process, guys. Remember, please feel free to watch that video again. But obviously, this is a tricky concept. Come and ask me if you need help.